Hey guys, Chaos with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the deluxe Trinity ride watch from Kamen Geo. This is a special ride watch that allows Geo to combine his powers with gates and walls to obtain a new power-up form. So, let's get started. First off, we'll look at the Trinity watch on its own. So, like all the other power-up watches, the Trinity ride watch has its own unique shape. In this case, it's a more bulky ride watch with a big hinge on the side. So we can see the front cover, which is a pearlescent white with glitter in the mold, as well as the face of Kamen Geo Trinity. I'll go more in detail with that when I take a look at the arcade figure. It's got this big dial inside, which is like the dial or knob that is used to set the time on a watch, which can be rotated all the way around. So you want to make note of this arrow that's molded here on the front. This is the default position, which will be important for the main gimmick. You've got the button up here, speaker here. On the back you have the rail, reset switch, and the QR code. So, to start off, we'll take a look, or take a listen, to the sounds it makes on its own. There we have the activation sound, which also makes use of the startup sounds for both a normal ride watch and a ride watch. And then we have the ride description. With gates and walls, the greater Geo with 3 powers dwelling inside him is Geo Trinity. Next we'll use the Geo Trinity watch with the Jiku driver and Geo watch. Now this transformation is more involved than most transformations for the belt, so I'll demonstrate it, then explain afterwards. And then we have the transformation into Kamen Geo Trinity. So as you can see, that was definitely a bit more complex than normal. So when you first insert the watch onto the belt, this first cover, which is all pink, flips up to the front. And when you turn the dial once, it releases a second cover that's in white and reveals Gates' face. And if you flip it a third time, it flips up this gold cover, which reveals Waz's face. So you have all 3 riders' faces here, and then this new cover for the face, which has pink, white, and gold, which are the basic colors of Geo. Or at least for Geo Trinity. So, going to insert the watch again and turn it up. This time I'm going to show you guys what the driver displays, since it is technically covered. And as you can see, for this one it displays Geo and then 2019, since this is when the episodes that starred, or the debut of, Geo Trinity was. So after that, we have 3 special attacks, each dependent on how many times you press this top button. So, do it once, That activates the solo time break, which is just Geo's normal time break. Then we'll do it twice. And after that is the duo time break burst, which adds in GEIZ's time burst to the time break. And then you can probably see where it's going with the third one. And that activates the Trinity Time Break Burst Explosion, which combines all three of their special attacks into one. There are also a couple more things we can do with the Geo Trinity Watch in the GQ driver. The first being we can use it on the left side on its own. And this, of course, plays the transmission sound on its own. This also affects the special attacks. And the other thing we can do is that we can use the Geo Trinity Watch with the Geo Watch, but this time do the transformation with only turning it once or not at all. Rather, turn it no times, then turn it one time. That activates solo time with just a part of the transformation. That activates duo time, this time adding in Geo and GEIZ. And of course, from there we can get to Trinity time. And finally, we can use the Geo Trinity Watch with weapons like the Jikan Raid and the Decayed Ride Watch. The first, we'll use it on the Raid for the weapon finish time. Then the decayed watch. And what we get is pretty cool because we get both the sound of the decayed ride watch as well as the Geo and Trinity watch. And there we go. Overall, the Geo Trinity ride watch does a good job at making itself stand out from the other power-up watches thus far, but I feel it comes with a bit of a drawback. As far as the watch itself goes, it is a very interesting gimmick that it has with how you use the dial to unlock the different layers and add on to the display in the center as well as revealing the display on the side. And it's cool how it has its own way of combining sounds from the Geo, GEIZ, and WOZ watches into one set of sounds, as well as having 3 different special attacks that add on more layers as you go further into them, plus the ability to do a solo time or duo time, though not used in the show, is also a cool add-on. That being said, the drawback that I mentioned earlier is how, with the way the gimmick works, it now covers up the display in the center that, has the scrolling text, which I think is one of the big draws of the GQ driver, where often if you're looking at one of the basic transformations, that's what's going to catch your eyes because the color is different as well as the text changes depending on what watches you're using. I don't feel like just having lights from the 2 watches on the side really does that much to add on or compensate for it, especially with how the Geo Trinity watch has just a single light, and I feel like it would have been nicer if they had a divider so that they could have separate lights for the 3 different sections with the 3 different faces. So there is that, but that being said, it's not too much of a drawback. It's just something that I feel like was a bit misguided and something that they could have worked on to maybe try to have a bit of light come through the center so that we weren't just limited to the 2 watches on the sides. That being said, if you have the GQ driver, then I can definitely recommend picking up this power-up watch to add to your collection. Next time, I'll be reviewing the Deluxe Meal Needle. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.